Welcome back to Living on the Prairie. Our names are Madison and Bryce. In our last video, we started our exterior work by removing the old deck and some bricks. If you missed it, be sure to check it out for the full backstory. Today, we've got another busy day planned. We're focusing on preserving some special plants, giving a flower bed a much-needed tidying up, and continuing the never-ending task of brick removal. There's a lot to do, so let's dive in. We're starting this day with what feels like a labor of love, transplanting these flowers and shrubs that my grandma specifically asked us to save. They've been a part of this yard for years, and though some, like the mums and junipers, might not perfectly align with the vision Bryce and I have for the property, they hold a sentimental value and will work just fine for now.
In the future, we plan to redo the garden beds entirely. Up here near the front of the house, we want to create a flower garden that's bursting with color, and also an herb garden that has a bunch of plants and herbs that we can use for cooking, things like basil, thyme, and rosemary, but also other things that we can use to make our own tea. There's something really special about the idea of stepping into our yard to pick out all these ingredients for a meal or for this cup of tea. It really feels like the ultimate expression of a simple and intentional life that we want.
We decided to place the juniper shrubs along the east fence. While junipers aren't our first choice for landscaping, they're hardy and will fill this space nicely for the time being. We'll evaluate their long-term place on the property as our plans come together.
Perfect timing. I just started the camera.
Try again.
No, you don't have to fake it. No, I don't want to be those type of people. No thanks.
You want me to go?
No,
For now, we're grateful for the chance to preserve Grandma's garden legacy. It means the world to her and to us to keep connection to the work and care she's put into this space over the years. Even as we plan for a fresh start in certain areas, her plants will always be part of this land's story. And now, drumroll please, onto the bricks. Again. Thankfully, we're making steady progress. Some of these bricks were laid many years ago, and the soil has practically cemented some in place. We've been using a shovel and a flathead screwdriver for the tough ones. A little wiggling and leverage usually does the trick. It's tedious work, but it feels like uncovering a piece of the yard's history with each one. While I was removing the bricks, Bryce was clearing trash from the deck area. A much needed task to be done. Some of the history, and history's in quotes right now, that Bryce uncovered wasn't very pleasant.
I don't really like these ones, so I'm gonna go put them in the other pile.
Okay. And, yep, there's a cat underneath here too.
Do not need to tell Grandma that. I just ran into the thing. Get wheelbarrow. I know how to drive.
We didn't get footage of it, but I will admit that the brick removal went a lot faster once Bryce started helping. He took over the removal of bricks from the ground, and I picked and sorted them. We've been sorting the bricks by quality. As I mentioned in the previous video, the good ones are being saved for our patio project, while the rest will go behind the barn and eventually will be used for temporary raised beds for the garden. So far, you have only seen small sections of the property, so let us know if you'd be interested in a tour of the rest of it. We have so many ideas and plans for this property, and we'd love to share them with you. Well, that's a wrap for today. We've moved Grandma's treasured flowers and shrubs, tidied up one of the garden beds, and knocked out another big chunk of the brick removal. It's been a busy but incredibly rewarding day. Thank you so much for following along with us. If you're enjoying this series, please like, comment, and subscribe to Living on the Prairie. In our next video, we will finally start on some interior work. Until then, keep choosing joy.